How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a lovely day. Today we're going to take a look at how you can get over 25,000 Capital Peak Gold from hitting essentially random bases, as long as they have enough points available. So let's jump in to the first one. We're going to be taking a look at a Wizard Valley. So here we did the first attack, trying to set up the base. And this is a fairly classic layout of the Wizard Valley, where almost all the defenses are in the center island. So the idea here is to just come in from a far side of the base and try to spread out the troops in a line so that not too many of the super wizards are grouped together, because they actually do have their giant cannons in the base. We just put the graveyard spells in front of our troops to try and distract them and give them a little bit extra time to deal some damage. But as you can see, we did not get a whole lot from this first attack, so we are going to have to make up for it for the remainder of the attacks. Next up on the list is a Balloon Lagoon. Almost was able to two-shot it. This one I made a critical mistake where I tried to do something a little fancy for you guys. So we'll see how it goes and see why you should actually not do it in your attacks. Of course, you can try to improve upon it, but I was trying to use some of these Larry Barrels to distract for a Super Dragon. But of course, some Teslas pop, the air bombs, and the troops do not even take out the rocket artillery, which was the whole idea of spending, like, I think it was close to 70 troop space to take out that rocket artillery, and it did not happen. So lo and behold, we're now stuck with trying to salvage the attack, but sometimes you just have to accept the loss. And this rocket artillery here just completely destroyed all of the wizards, unfortunately. So we only have 1,700 points from that attack. So we were unable to make up a lot of points from that attack, unfortunately. However, we are able to drop a graveyard over this rocket artillery, and we're going to try and take out the remainder of the base. So we're trying to do the kind of split approach. So we have one section going in for these two rocket artilleries to try and take out this whole section. And then, of course, the rocket artillery is just slamming our wizards. So that's why we held a couple in reserve just to make sure they survive. And the left-hand side is actually doing much better. However, since those wizards had such a hard time on the right-hand side, that is the difference between the 2-star, or the 2 attacks and the 3 attacks. Because here we do have a bomb tower and an inferno, so with everything on the right-hand side dying out, and unfortunately with these wizards and giants taking a weird approach since there was a empty spot in that wall. We do not clear it out, however we do get 5,000, which is very nice. So let's start to try and recuperate some of these points from attacking these random bases. So here we are using not the Zap Fortress strategy, but the Graveyard Fortress. I find that the Flying Fortress does very well on the Skeleton Park if it's close to the basic layout. A lot of times these reflectors don't do a whole lot, and while the minion huts do a good amount of damage to the fortress, a lot of times you can sneak in some balloons as it's distracted. Excuse me. So as you can see here, we are clearing through the base. And the Flying Fortress is just out of range out of a lot of these defenses. So we were able to get over 4,000 for this one attack on the Skeleton Park. Next up is the Builder's Workshop. And here we have a very strange layout. Nice different one. So we're trying to come in from the top side of the base. Just try and take out these splash defenses all in a row. This person has a bunch of zap traps on this right hand side. Kind of annoying. So we just start deploying now that the zone has opened up. I have one graveyard over each of the main defenses. And we're going to try and destroy as much of this base as possible. We have to try and make up for that first attack on the Balloon Lagoon. That was only worth about, I think it was 1,700. So as long as you're looking out and either have a good plan for a first hit or have a good plan to clean up an attack on a base that has a lot of points available, you can very easily get around 25,000 every single raid weekend as a Builder Hall or Builder Capital Peak Hall 8 or 9. So here we're almost able to get 5,000 in one attack, which is perfect. So last but not least, we're looking at a Barbarian Camp cleanup. And as you can see, it has 5,600 points available. A little bit scary though, since there is the rocket artillery and all 3 air bombs still alive. We do the minion trick on the first air bombs, and then we're really just trying to directly target the Teslas and the air bombs, and we're trying to get to this topside air bombs as quickly as possible. We have so many skeletons distracting, which is nice, and we got pretty lucky with this group of balloons where they took out the air bombs before they died, which is probably what saved the attack. So we got a little bit lucky. That's how in this one attack we were able to get the full amount of loot and have enough troops left over that we were able to get a bonus of 75. So I hope this video was helpful. A little bit different than usual. Sort of a bunch of random attacks on a bunch of different bases, but still able to get over 25,000 points. So if you want to see more of my videos, there are a couple videos on the screen. And if you want to see more of my content, I welcome you to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.